Hey everyone, it's Manav, and if you don't know me yet, well, I'm gonna paste a bunch of testimonials here. If you wanna know more about me, you can go and check out YouTube or Instagram, right? You're gonna see a bunch of proof and testimonials there also. But in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you exactly how to outcompete every single one of your competitor in 2026 as a high ticket coach. And I'm not trying to exaggerate it. I'm gonna tell you exactly step by step how to do it. So without any further ado, let's just begin with it, right? So see of this like high ticket coaching thing as a funnel, right? And the top of the funnel is obviously, like getting money, but at the bottom of it we have traffic, and then we have like conversion and then money. I'm gonna tell you exactly how to do all of it. Just like full screen it, bring your all the attention here, and yeah, let's just begin with it, right? So the first thing that comes into play is getting traffic, and the best way to get traffic is obviously Instagram, right? Now I'm not gonna like, if you think that, oh, my Instagram is like already good or whatever, just like, first thing that obviously comes into play is your profile picture. Basically, just have a good profile picture in which like people can basically see that you are doing well in your life, right? Second thing that comes into play is your Instagram bio. So the first line of the bio should obviously be like who do you help, and your unique mechanism, right? You basically have to try and test it about like which works better for you. Some people paste their whole offer in the first line of their bio. I personally don't do it, but obviously like you can test with that. Second thing, personally, what I like is just having a keyword to basically like, hey, DM me this keyword if you wanna work together, or if you want a free resource or stuff like that, right? Third line for me is like just creating the hype about the YouTube link that we all are gonna have, definitely gonna have in our Instagram bio, because it's like really, really important thing, right? A lot of inbound calls that I've booked, right? I've booked like 8 inbound coaching calls with only 26 subs, and I currently have like 52. So I've, like booked a lot more than that. But whatever, right? What I'm saying is like, a lot of them, were originally from Instagram, and then, like they went on to the YouTube video, and that is how, they booked a call. So the third line usually is like basically hyping. For me, it's like, see how I booked 8 inbound calls with only 26 subs, right? Then it's a video about the, like the same thing that I just created about. Next thing that comes into play is your highlights. Really, really important. Three kind of highlights that are really important. First should be your client wins. Obviously, it's like really, really important. Then like, what you can do is like just have separate testimonials for each of the clients. If you have less testimonials, right, I mean, like, you can create a whole case study about them in your highlights, right? Then the second most important highlight that you need to have is the life highlight, because like, it basically tells your prospects that you are human. I will tell you what, I have been in the game personally for like um almost like 3 years now, and for the first 2 years I had zero following, and I had like 55 followers, right? That is what I had for 2 years, and I never understood the importance of Instagram profile. So now when I'm saying these things, take these things like really important, because like, more than anything, your Instagram profile matters a lot, right? If your Instagram profile looks good, people are gonna follow you, they're gonna DM you, and you're gonna book calls, you're gonna make money, right? That is like really, really important. Then coming on to the post section, obviously you gotta have lifestyle post, right, in which like you're hanging around with friends, or like traveling to some place, or you're eating something, could be anything like that, or you're going to gym, like something like that, right? You just need to feel like that you are human, right? You gotta have a one mandate post, which is like a carousel to send you a specific DM word, or just basically directly book a call, right? Depending on how warm or cold your audience is, right? It will be a carousel about your own story, about your client story, it could be anything like that. 3 years ago, I didn't had any resources, I had a laptop with no camera, and then now I have an iPhone 15, I have a MacBook, whatever the opposite of that thing is, right? Basically your transformation. And then you ask for a specific keyword to comment or DM, and then they do that. Well, comment is really good, because like, if someone comes into your like around that post, and they see that 30 people have already commented that thing, they are more likely to comment. It really like is a kind of psychological thing. But yeah, that is the thing, right? And now the most important thing about like how to create the content, and how to basically convert that audience into basically like how to convert that followers into clients, right? So creating content, just look at the best guys in your niche and copy their format, right? Copy, do not model it, just copy it, right? So for example, if let's just say you're in the fitness niche, like look for the best creator who sells a course in the fitness niche and see like what type of content they are creating. And even if they don't sell a course, just look at like what type of content they are creating, right? Like what kind of format of content they are creating. If it's like a Miro board and a face cam, or if it's just like a face cam. So that is the thing, you gotta have that. Talking about captions, a really cool app for it's like, I'm not sure what do we call it. It's called veed.io, right? It gives you like cool captions, yes, and it's like have really cool captions, right? You don't have to do much of that. And for editing, Instagram have its own app which is called Edits. You can use that, right? And yeah, that was all about Instagram. This alone will help you a lot getting like inbound DMs just from the Instagram content. Before we move on to long form content, there is a way in which you can convert the followers to clients just on Instagram, and it's using story sequences. If you don't know story sequences by any chance, what it is basically like stories of your clients or of yourself, right? Or of a single day in your life. So for example, like today I went to gym and I met this girl, and like she complimented the physique, right? And then like now tomorrow I have a date with her. 3 years ago it wasn't like that. I was really scared of taking my shirt out on the beach, and like now it happened like this. If you kind of feel the same, DM me, grow, right? That is what could happen, right? So what will happen is like then they will send you a DM, and then from that DM, using your appointment setting skills, you basically will book a call with them, right? Now the next thing obviously is like after you have done Instagram, the next thing is YouTube. Now look, it might seem like that everyone will do the same thing. How will you come out to be different, or how will you have the edge to outcompete everyone? I'm gonna tell you that in the part of YouTube, and it's gonna help you a lot to book calls, right? Um, Now the second thing that comes into place is YouTube. There are few elements that you have to understand about YouTube, right? So now I'm gonna assume a few things. Let's just say you have 100 subscribers and you have like posted, let's just say like around 20 to 30 videos, or a bit more than that or a bit less than that, right? I'm gonna tell you exactly how to just book calls from that thing and make money from that thing, even if let's just say you don't go to like 150 or 200 subscribers, right? So the first thing that you have to make sure is you have to be different than everyone else. I'm gonna ask you something. When you made your first dollar, right? When you made your first $1,000, did you copy everyone and did the same thing, or did you do something that no one else was doing? You did something that no one else was doing, right? So basically the key with that is like you can create videos on, let's just say like you're in a fitness niche. What you can do is like just tell them a way through which like they can do the gym, and side by side they can also make money. Well, it could be that they could be coming on Instagram live, or they could be creating Instagram reels, right? Anything like that. Another really good thing that you can do is just come up with a system and give a name to that system, because psychologically what happens in your audience mind is like a new name means like a new system, and a new system means in your audience mind hope, and hope means like a new opportunity for them to get the desired result that they always wanted, right? So for example, let's just say you're targeting fitness coaches. What you can do is just like come up with a system specifically for fitness coaches, and this system will become a new hope for them to like scale their fitness business, or like follow their passion, whatever, right? So that was the first thing. You have to be different on YouTube. You cannot be the same as everyone else on YouTube. But whatever, that was the first thing. You have to be different. Second thing on YouTube that you have to be really careful about is your specific channel. It's really, really important. By the way, if you're a high ticket coach and you want all of this done for you, you can book a quick call from the second link in the description, and yeah, you won't have to go through all of this and your money will work for you. Anyways, the thing is like for different channel, different keywords work for them, right? So for example, like on my channel, if I create a video on how to create $100 million offer, it will not work for me, but it will work for Alex, right? Obviously, like there is a huge authority difference, but like the thing is like certain specific channels have certain specific keywords, right? For my channel, what keyword works best is like high ticket coaches, high ticket clients, or like scaling, or like info product, these kind, or like psychology, these kind of keywords work well for my channel, right? So you have to understand these keywords for your own channel, so that like even if your idea is good, but let's just say like you don't use that keyword in your title or your description or your tags, you will bear the consequences of that, right? So you have to know these keywords. These are like really, really important. If you don't know yours, you can like obviously go to second link. You can book a quick call with me, like I will help you with not just this but everything. But yeah, that is really important thing, right? Third thing, assuming you are again like have 100 subscribers, really important thing, create a bit of long description, because the thing is like YouTube yet probably might not know exactly who your audience is. It's because like your audience will constantly be evolving, right? What I mean by this is like in some title you're using high ticket coaches, in some title you would be using how to create a banger offer. From all these titles, different audience subscribes to you and watches your content, right? Basically have to talk about what is happening in the video in the description of the video. It's really, really important. Another thing that is really important, I would say, is thumbnail. If you don't have money to hire a thumbnail designer, go to ChatGPT and there is an option of other GPTs, right? What you can do is like search YouTube thumbnail there, and you will see a GPT specifically for that, and it's really dope. Create really dope thumbnails, right? Someone has made that GPT so that other people like can create their thumbnails from that. And yeah, it's kind of really cool. But like I told you all of these things, but there is still one missing piece. I told you how to get traffic, I told you how to convert it, but the thing is like all of this, the foundation of this is understanding humans and understanding how their mind works, right? Now, I'm not talking about like having to read about like 1,000 pages of human psychology. That is not something that I want you to do. The thing is like humans have some bias, humans have some heuristics through which they take actions, through which they make shortcuts in their mind. And to tell you like how important it really is, the thing is like go back again to when you were making $0. You obviously did things different than everyone else, but one thing that you did insanely well was understanding your prospect, right? You understood your prospect better than anyone else. So basically, so the root foundation of all of these things is just understanding humans, because the thing is like anyone can like create Instagram reels, anyone can create YouTube videos. The only way you get immense advantage is just understanding your prospect better than anyone else, creating YouTube videos that target those specific pain points, those specific latent conditions, right? So if you want to learn more about like how to just use human bias to book more calls, to create YouTube videos, to sign more clients, there is a free video in the first link of the description of this video. Just go and watch that, it's free.